Good evening, friends. Welcome to episode 28 of the SuperLarz vlog. Today's episode starts off here at the Disneyland Hotel. We're going to head back to the Anahiem Convention Center for D23 Day 2. The sun is so bright outside right now. Fortunately, we'll be headed indoors in just a few minutes once we cross the street and head down to the convention center. Day 1 was a lot of fun. We did so many cool things. Really excited to see what Day 2 brings. And I'm inviting you to come along for the ride. So buckle up, strap in, and let's go. Last night we were at the movies and entertainment panel. They revealed a couple new TV shows and some of the movies they were working on, along with giving a sneak peek at some of those movies. So I'm not sure how much of that is actually online already. So just want to go over a couple quick thoughts, and then by the time we're done that, we should be at the convention center ready for D23 Day 2. We are getting an even later start today, about an hour later than we got there yesterday. I really like the colors on the sidewalk leading up to the Pixar Place Hotel. So yes, we are getting a little bit of a later start today, but there's still plenty of time to have a good time before heading back to the Honda Center tonight. I know that tonight's presentation there will be live streamed, I believe, on Disney+. I thought the presentation last night, the Friday night presentation at the Honda Center, started off really strong. I think Josh D'Amaro did a great job in his first D23 as CEO, but he's always been a person of the people, so he did a good job. The first couple things they showed were exciting. I think the entertainment was there. So having a good time, and then it went into about an hour-long lull. And I'm sure that the Percy Jackson and the Bandcamp show, I'm sure there are people that all of these things appeal to, but that person is not me. So kind of got bored with it for about an hour. The presentation itself was much longer than anticipated or scheduled. It was supposed to be about 2 hours. I think it was probably closer to 3. 2.5, 3 hours. It did end strong though. The last 30 minutes were really good, but there was an hour in there, not so good. I've kind of fallen off the wagon with the Marvel stuff. There's just too much content to consume, too many different TV shows that I'm not super interested in, that you need to watch to keep up with things. We talked a little bit about that in the Spider-Man video, but they showed a preview of Vision Quest. They showed a teaser for X-Men and talked about that. I am so pumped for both of those projects. I think Star Wars Starfighter looks really good. Comes out on the 50th anniversary, the same weekend of the original Star Wars movie. They said they were putting 1977 Star Wars, the original, and the original version of that movie back into theaters next year. So it'll be interesting to see if they actually put the original version in or one of the later altered versions. I don't even think I've ever seen the original version where the title scroll does not even call the movie A New Hope. There were some technical issues with the Frozen 3 reveal. Kristen Bell had a microphone issue, so they never came out on their cue, her and Idina Menzel. So it was kind of funny how it worked out, because when they did come out, they still got a huge ovation, and then they were able to joke about it later. So Kristen Bell did a great job of recovering from that technical difficulty. Wednesday's video will be more of a complete thoughts of the overall D23 event. So I'll go into more details with my thoughts, how I felt about the panels that I saw, as well as obviously the remaining events and panels that I go to on Tuesday. This is already getting a little bit long-winded. We're not even at the convention center for today yet, so we're going to cut off the thoughts here and enjoy the day. There is a panel that I want to attend that starts in about 10 minutes, so hopefully there is not a lot of people at security, so we can get in there and go see that panel. We are through security and headed to the panel. Hopefully we can still get in. Starts in about 5 minutes. I don't think it is going to be the most popular panel. Who knows? It has to do with Walt's Barn, which is in Griffith Park. And yeah, hopefully we can get in. All of the merch bags, these huge dolls that everyone's buying. I didn't have the camera out there, but there was a guy with 2 bags, his friend with 2 bags, and they had a third bag that they were both like holding because of the weight. Finally, in the air conditioning, we're gonna get you guys your escalator video, or your escalator shot, I should say, and then hopefully we'll be in the panel. So if you have never been to Walt's Barn in Griffith Park, it is actually a super cool experience. There are mini trains, which are kind of the next thing up at the park. They're not actually part of Walt's Barn. But what they've done is they've actually removed the barn, Walt Disney's workshop, from his backyard and moved it to Griffith Park. There are a lot of early Disneyland artifacts, a lot of train related things there. So it's a pretty cool experience. There's usually small Disney celebrities there. Previously at Walt's Barn, we met Floyd Norman, who is one of the older animators from the 60s and 70s, and he's actually getting an Academy Award this year. But we were there, had a long conversation with him, just hanging out, trying to put a little bit of pep in the step. We've got to go to the absolute furthest stage from where we were staying. So we'll see. Hopefully we can get in. Hopefully it hasn't started. It's scheduled to start in about 2 minutes, and we've got to get all the way to the end of the hallway.
The Carolyn Foundation presents Walt's Barn. We have some great panelists today to talk to you about Walt's Barn. We have Jeff Eno, Sam Toller, and Bill Ramos. All great gentlemen who are contributing quite a bit to Walt's Barn and preserving Walt's legacy. So, such a cool, like I said, example of preservation, restoration, but I also love what's unique about the Combine coach, or any of these coaches, is that they're not only Disneyland history, they're actually also kind of Disney Studio history, because these were all constructed on the Walt Disney Studio lot. And if you've seen Disneyland Handcrafted, the wonderful film by Leslie Iwerks, or any of the historic footage, you see these coaches and cars being constructed in these giant sound stages. And it's pretty unique to have these artifacts that really bridge the gap between those two Disney historical places.
Yeah. Spider-Man. What did you expect, Peter Pan?
I remember, for me, there's a million ways you can meet this character now. You can meet him through comics, you can meet him through animation, movies, video games. For me, I remember like that excitement of going to the movies at midnight to see Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies. That was so cool. That was it. I was hooked, and I made my mom take me to the comic book shop after that when I grew up in New Jersey. And I was like, Mom, there's like already 400 issues of these. Can we track down all of them? I got a few though, and I was hooked. That was it. And here I am today talking about Spider-Man. What a story. That's my origin story.
You can follow this story. It is the ongoing next chapter, but you can pick it up and get from page 1.
And on top of Ravage, in the months leading up to this, we introduced that Peter has a cousin that he never knew about. Aunt May and Uncle Ben have a son that they didn't know about. When he was born in the hospital, there was some mischief made, and there was a swap at birth. They thought their baby died in the hospital and didn't. And so there's Ravage, and then there's Cormac Crane, Peter's secret cousin.
If you've ever played with your favorite action figures, like, I did this morning, it's kind of like that every day. It's getting together with your closest friends and just imagining all the great stories we can tell. We get so inspired by the movies, by the video games, by the comics. We're like, how can we step into those stories? That's really what we're trying to think about every day.
We're constantly looking at how we can allow all of you to find the hero within, to sling webs like Spider-Man, to fly with the Avengers, you name it. And we get to do that as a job. Like, our day in the life is slinging webs. It is visiting Avengers campus. It is hanging out with heroes. Couldn't be better.
Tough job. Somebody's got to do it.
I'm glad I get to.
Please, D23, welcome Ned Leeds himself to the medal. What do you think it is about Spider-Man and these characters that made everybody want to go to the theaters and watch it together?
Other than Jacob, Oh, stop. No, I've been watching this panel backstage. The people who work on Spider-Man love Spider-Man as much as the fans do. They are the fans. Everyone who's been on this stage tonight loves Spider-Man, and that goes into the work, and that goes to the producer of the movie, Amy Pascal, and to Tom Rothman, who runs Sony Pictures, who made the movie. These people love Spider-Man, and it really is. And I will tell you, when we made Brand New Day, we set out saying, well, we'll never make more than No Way Home. We'll never make it bigger than No Way Home. So let's just go deeper and make it special. And I have a memory of, we were on set of No Way Home, which of course was about Tobey and Andrew and Tom, 3 Spider-Men together. How do you get bigger than 3 Spider-Men together? Right? Well, sitting on a golf cart outside the set were Zendaya and Jacob and Tom. And it occurred to me, looking at those 3, that trio is as iconic as the 3 Spider-Men. And now Brand New Day proved that. So it's very impressive. Very impressive.
Today has turned into more of a panel day, so we made it into the train panel. I'll probably show some footage of that, and then immediately ran over to a Spider-Man panel where we got this lithograph. That was actually a lot of fun, and probably show some footage of that as well. Next up, I think we may go to a Zootopia panel. May just go down to the floor. I have not actually been on the floor yet today. I know y'all are pining for more escalator footage. Going down the big one right now. Inside the Anahiem Convention Center, there is minimal food options. And it's not like San Diego where there's a whole downtown of food options around. So here at the D23 Expo, they have a whole alley or line of food trucks outside the convention center. The music over here is super loud, but this is where we're gonna go here to the Bella Italia truck and get a meatball sub.
One more. Oh. 3, 2, 1, say Disney!
Oscar winner. Sweetest man on the planet. I'm so glad there's no more guests, otherwise talk would not happen.
Can we do a selfie with you guys? Stand up for a second. I'm gonna turn around. Stand up, everybody.
Hey, turn around the house lights. You know where we're at.
So we successfully made it into the Zootopia panel. It was okay, not too much new info. They did re-show the clip that they showed for Zootopia 3 last night, again today. So we're gonna head to the Kingdom Hearts panel. I don't even know if I'm going to make it onto the convention floor at all today, because as soon as the Kingdom Hearts panel is over, we've got to head back to the Honda Center for the Disney Parks presentation. The Kingdom Hearts standby queue ended up being full, so they're not even letting people wait for it anymore. I do have a friend in line, but I am not going to try to hop the line or anything like that. So I'm just going to head down, explore the convention floor a little bit, because as I was just saying a few minutes ago, we have not been able to go on the convention floor yet. So got to head into the hall and see what we can find. Over here in the Grammy booth, they have a bunch of pictures of different people who won Disney-related Grammys, including one that Walt Disney himself won. So over here in the Grammy booth, they take a professional picture of you as if you were at the Grammys. Some people have asked me to do another time-lapse type video or hyperlapse walking across the entire floor here at D23. There is kind of one main center area that crisscrosses the entire event space. It's called Mickey Avenue here at D23, obviously, after Mickey Mouse. So we'll go from one end to the other on Mickey Avenue and see how that turns out. We are right outside where the Anaheim Arena lineup used to be for the panels that were there. They're not using it this year. So we'll go from here, we'll go all the way across the venue. This is one end, and we'll talk to you guys on the other end.
Life's too short, let's not waste it, 'cause paradise is wherever we make it. Paradise is wherever we make it. Till the sun's up Monday, we'll tell our phones, do not disturb. I got my straw hat, babe, and you can finally pull the tags on your Tommy Bahama shirt. Blue crush.
They don't have burritos here, but they do have some Italian ice. So we'll try this one out. We will see what disappointment looks like yet again. So that is the walk across the Anahiem Convention Center for D23. It is a much shorter walk than the walk for Comic-Con. However, there are parts of it where it is still very crowded. That nice wide aisleway right down the middle helps quite a bit. The actual con itself is a lot more polished. There's a lot more large booths and things like that. And as you can see, we got ourselves a cherry Italian ice. We are walking to go back towards the back of the convention center area where there are a lot less people walking right now. And you can see the standby line to get into the shopping area that we went into yesterday. They have it set up to go all the way back here. So shopping here is no joke. So friends, we tried the Italian ice at downtown Disney the other day. That's pretty good. Here's to the Italian ice at the Anaheim Convention Center. This one tastes very artificial. That's a no-go. We need to get Doritos. We have not really talked about it yet, but today is actually the 4-week vlog-anniversary of the SuperLarz vlog. I appreciate everyone who has stopped by. Please make sure you guys give the video a thumbs up, comment with anything you'd like to see us tackle over the next 4 weeks, and subscribe to the channel. It helps a lot. We're not really going to celebrate today's vlog-anniversary though, because we are just 3 more days from the 1-month vlog-anniversary, and we'll just start to celebrate the monthly milestones until we get to 1 year. Maybe we'll celebrate some things between here and there, maybe day 100, day 200 or something like that. We'll see, but we'll stop celebrating the weeklies, start celebrating the monthlies and other milestones. I do really appreciate everyone who has stopped by to watch any of the videos. This has been a great learning experience. We've gotten a lot better at editing videos, trying to do so in a timely manner, and I am going to continue to try to improve using the tools, the cameras. I do have 3 cameras now. Spoiler alert for Tech Tuesday. I wanted to get a little bit of a longer video at the Disneyland Hotel this weekend. I don't know that we're going to have time to do that, and I wanted to use the other cameras for that. I'm not going to really have time to learn how to properly use those cameras. So we might have to save the Disneyland Hotel video for another trip in the future, but we now have the tools to do what I wanted to do for that video. What a whirlwind of a day here at D23 Day 2. I got to the convention center a little bit late, maybe about an hour and a half after the doors opened. As we take the walk back to the Disneyland Hotel from the Anaheim Convention Center, I just want to say I appreciate everyone who stopped by this vlog over the course of the last 4 weeks. Everyone who has made a comment, everyone who has DM'd me on other social media platforms, or has liked or shared a video. I appreciate you. As far as today's vlog, we are going to head over to the Honda Center. I cannot take this camera into the Honda Center, so we're going to leave this in the hotel room. I may get some footage on my phone, probably won't put it in the vlog, we'll see. But with that said, this episode today is over, but as you all know, this is the vlog that doesn't end. So we'll catch you guys on the next episode.
Do you hear that? My sanity about to break while everyone I know's out. On a trip, on a boat, on a lake. I'm tired of feeling all FOMO. Babe, I don't even care if we stay home. Put our to-do list on ice. Crank the AC to 79.